Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, dear friends. Men and women of goodwill, I salute each and every one of you. This day, it is another opportunity given to the Biafrans for us to share our story. You do for going to what we have this afternoon. Going to what we have this afternoon, let me make this announcement again. This is a message from the office of the Prime Minister. A message from the office of the Prime Minister. Those our people living in Ezinifite should look out to their children, guide their children not to be a victim of the terrorist state of Nigeria, the zoological. There's a scam, there's a scheme that is ongoing that they want to showcase on Sunday. They want to recruit men and the women that they will use for their sacrifice. So advise your loved ones if you're from that axis in Ezinifite, advise your people, more especially our more young men and women, never to get involved on anything that has to do with recruitment that is doing now. There be any recruitment anytime, any moment. The Biafra Republic government in exile from the death of the Prime Minister will be the one to announce it and guide you on what to do and what not to do. But for now, there's no recruitment. So anybody telling you about any recruitment, that person is a criminal, that person is an agent of darkness, that person is a hunter of your soul. So disease from such a person. Disease from such a person. This is the message coming from the Prime Minister himself. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I salute you all, Biafrans, men and women of goodwill that are there as you come in. Do well to share the program. Do well subscribe if you're a new person and click on the notifications on the topic that I is their interest. Problem is what interests them. Your problem is the only thing that interests them, not the solution to your problem. Your problem is your problem interests them, not the solution. The only interest they have is your problem. The only thing they need to know is your problem. What and what, which level have they put you in? That is the only thing they want to know. Where are you now? That is the only thing they want to know. But the solution to those problems is what they never want to know and they don't care to know. That is what we want to look into briefly with the story, pathetic story of one of the Nigerians that was sharing his story on this same girl's radio station, media station. This radio station is only interested in knowing your problem. Like I said earlier on the other video, that we play personnel in Nigeria, those that are running radio stations. The only thing that they are interested in is be telling yourself, oh, that means your own situation is even more better. Somebody's in than and that will be diversion, distraction to think about the government that helped you in that quagmire that you are in, making you not to look on the government that have put you in that mess. Making you not to look at the government that have put you in that mess or the construction that have landed you in the mess that you are in. Today, what this man will be lamenting on here, somebody have come to confess, the new IG of police has come to confess that they have stopped torturing people, but that's a propaganda. God just used him to reveal to the world that whatever the Biafrans have been saying is truth, that our people are being tortured, which is against human rights. Our people are being traumatized, our people are being killed on daily basis. And the IG of police have come to confess that they are no longer torturing people, but they are now doing more mature, they are now engaging on more professional investigative work. They now investigate those they label criminals, that it doesn't matter how long it takes for them to get the facts and the figures. Then I want to ask, if it's only now that the government and the police is waking up to begin investigation before labeling anyone a criminal, what will happen to those that they have labeled the criminals without investigation and sent to RIP? What will happen to those that they tortured to RIP? What will happen to those that they have dehumanized, that they can never recover themselves again? What will happen to them? Let's listen to this video. We're not going to be long on this video. I just have short time. Let's listen to what this same lady that accuses Simon Ekpa of all manner of crimes, for you to see what a man that had been living in Nigeria for a very long time. Remember, Simon Ekpa is in Finland. But Simon Ekpa in Finland knows better of the suffering of the people in Nigeria. He feels the pain of the people in Nigeria, and he's putting a measure, and the only measure that he's putting that will liberate those people that are suffering in Nigeria is to disintegrate this contraption that put these people in this suffering. Once you disintegrate it, the suffering of the people will cease. But so long as you continue to pamper and maintain a state where the senators can never commit a crime, where the law cannot hold the senators accountable, where the law cannot hold anybody accountable, that is not a place this type of complaint can be addressed. Because why this man is complaining like this is because those that are in the helm of affair are squandering every resources that should be channeled to give him a better life. Let's listen to this video because of our time. I want to call your attention to something. This man probably is seniors this lady by 5 times. Seniors him like 5 times or thereabout. He's here addressing her as auntie. I want to tell you something. In the heart of this man, he thought, perhaps, if I share this my story on this platform, the world will hear it. If I share this my story on this platform, this lady will broadcast it and make it in a way and present it in a way that the government will be held accountable on what we are going through, or those that have put us in this pain will be addressed. And this Sandra is sitting like a god, a demigod, because once they are a broadcaster in any radio station or television station, they see themselves as God. Because media is like a voice of the people. And you know what that happened to a man or a woman that is dumb? A person that is dumb can be passing through difficult times, passing through difficulties, passing through oppression and all manner of things, and he will not be able to express himself very well like he or she would have done if she is a free person that can speak. If he have his or her speech that he can speak and express himself. So this lady sees himself to be a voice to so many people. But the more you voice your pain to her, the more your pain will multiply. Why? Because as you're voicing it to her, the government that you're talking to will hear it. But they will say, if this person is still enduring it and going home with 1,000 something, that means if you even go lower, like he's going home with 500 or 200, nobody will still rise to the occasion to ask the government, enough is enough. To say to the government, enough is enough. He was telling him, auntie, I have something to tell you. You please give me time. And the lady told him, I have only 1 minute to give you. And this man shared his pathetic story. To who? To another lunatic that is comfortable on the story that he's sharing to her. To another lunatic that have leverage on the pain that he's sharing to her to make herself comfortable. Because the only waste of time you ever involve yourself in is sharing your story to someone your story is making comfortable. Somebody that your story will not even touch. Somebody that doesn't even have a heart. Somebody your pain. But when you share your story to those pain, Your story will not only be addressed, your story will change. Just like the story of the Biafrans are changing. Because man that feels the pains of the Biafrans have taken over to assist to bring the pain of the Biafrans to an end. But if you are in the hand of those that doesn't feel pain of another person, the only pain they feel is the pain that are directly against them. But the pains and ugly situation of others doesn't move them an inch. So when you're complaining like this man will be complaining to this person, I don't know what to call her, address her as. Upon all these things that you hear people complain to you on daily basis, you did not see anything that have motivated and make Mazi Simon Ekpa to begin to fight. The only person you find that are doing something wrong is Mazi Simon Ekpa. And not the government that oppressed this your co-Nigerian citizen that is lamenting his own ordeal, his own suffering to you. Probably they think once you will go out and meet and people are suffering. Somebody even called me today, the man is almost crying. Well, that is Niger for you now. That is how these people addresses your situation. So whenever you are lamenting to them, you are wasting your effort. You are not only wasting your energy, you're wasting your time, you're wasting everything. Instead of you to lament and complain to these non-entities, save your energy because you will be needing it. You will be needing it one day. You will be needing it. Listen to this man. If you're hearing her doing to all this sad story of this man, a downfall driver, and is lamenting to her what she already know. Because even a day-old child in the contraption called Nigeria knows that there's a extortion point by the police and the military, even the Navy, and even the custom, even the Air Force. All of them put together has their checkpoints on the road, extortion point, where they collect from the masses. And this lady is doing as if that he's actually hearing what the man is saying. She's doing as if that what the man is saying is actually touching her. But in the right sense, what the man is saying is not making any sense to her. She's just making her broadcast. The man will be counted among those that called in his program today. The pathetic story of this man is nothing to this lady. That a family man, as a downfall driver, we carry his vehicle from home, he's the one maintaining, he's the one doing everything, paying bills upon bills. he will went out and pay half of the money that he made for that day to touts that are not contributing anything to him. Those touts, if his vehicle break down, they will even come to beat him and collect more money from him. There is no job. There's no, these people are useless to him. But he's paying them. Paying them for what? They are paying those people to allow them run their vehicles, do their downfall job, just to make 1,500 at the end of the day. So they are coming to feed the police, the army, the custom, the navy, and the touts. Those ones that are non-government actors, that are recruited by government actors to go and extort from the masses. This extortion that normally sometimes it will lead to sending to the police and the army, sending those that refuse to give them the money because they have not made the money, because they have maybe one expenses or the other have taken all the money they have gathered for the day. And the person will end up being sent to RIP. That is what this man was lamenting. And the response of this lady was, on this video. Only for her to turn on the video that you were looking at the background, on the ground, below the one that is playing now. Only for her to turn out, instead of responding to the government on the daily reports he gets from the masses on daily basis, and tell the government, look at the reports I'm getting on daily basis. The masses are not happy. Things are getting difficult on daily basis as we speak. Because the government have failed. Because the state that every one of them find themselves is not meant to be. Instead of him to call on the so-called his fellow Nigerians and every tribe and nation that is trapped in Nigeria, for every one of them to rise and champion and support Simon Ekpa on what he is doing to liberate everyone that have been trapped in Nigeria. He rise up to kick against the man that is working for the complaint of this man you're hearing about now to end. He rose up to fight against Mazi Simon Ekpa that is working day and night tirelessly to bring the lamentation of this man to an end. That is the difference between us and them. We are interested in the problem of the Biafrans. The Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile is interested on the problem of the Biafrans, and he's preferring solution to those problems. And the solution he's preferring is the creation of the new government, the Biafra that is coming, giving us police, giving us army, giving us satellite, giving us a station where the truth of the gospel will be preached, where the ordeals of the Biafrans will be sent not only to the international community, but to as many that wants to hear about it. He's preferring a solution where people don't need to lament in this manner that this man is lamenting now. But this lady, because she love it as she's a demigod. Others are now bringing their supplications to her when she has no solution to those supplications. That is the country you find yourself. A contraption where people want to know what your problem is, but not to solve them. They just want to be sure that that problem they created is still there. Then they will now look for multiple ones to add to it. Continue listening to this man. from my end. Sorry about that. Let's just try to wrap it up. Let me bring one or two points from here so that we can wrap it up. The network is very bad. Please do share.
Please, you're welcome. Talk to me.
Sorry about that. Let's just try to wrap it up. Let me bring one or two points from here. So
168 naira in this our Bara area.
This man is saying that as a family man, as a doubtful driver, at the end of the day, he went home with ordinary or with just 1,500. And he told this lady, many people are dying on daily basis in Nigeria. Nobody cares to know what your pain is. Nobody cares to know what your pain is. A lot of people are so interested to know what your pain are. That's why this creation of this content creation has become moving market in Nigeria. Do you know why? People are now using people's problem to create content. And by so doing, they will use joke to water down what is killing people. And Nigerian government likes it. Because it makes the suffering of the people look as if it's not that the people are not suffering. They make a joke of it. People will be massacred in the north, they make a joke of it. People are killed in Obibo, they make a joke of it. People are dying on daily basis. Money are being looted, money that should be used for something useful, for something meaningful. They make a joke of it. And Nigerian state sponsor it because it is leveraging them and preparing the soul and the mind of the gullible Nigerians to remain in their docility. To think that this is the way life should be. That those that should be enjoying life are those that find their way to power. And those that should be suffering should be their ordinary themselves, the ordinary citizens, should be the ones suffering. And any day that God do miracle that you find yourself, you get a good job or you get business that you're doing, or you japa travel outside the country, then you know that your own good word and testimony has come. This is what these people that are behind radio and mic had reduced the citizens of the contraction, those that are trapped in Nigeria. That is what they have reduced them to. But it's only the Biafrans that are exception. The Biafrans are exception because the Biafrans from the day one has always known what the problem is and working seriously to make sure that this problem is being curtailed. Listening to this man, I want to take you to that part where he said, I am dying. We'll begin to round it up from here. Just listen attentively.
To give account.
The old man is crying.
Response would be,
Do you know what it means for a man to cry? It means for a man to cry. This man is crying for this lunatic, the person that she thought that perhaps she would do something on his behalf. And she's crying for this lady to feel her pain. But this lady's heart is as hard. This lady doesn't even have a conscience. Because if he does, the pathetic stories that come to her table on daily basis as a result of this radio money-making machine that is running, this brown envelope journalism that she's doing, would have broke her heart. That even if she don't know what to do about it, anything that comes, she will never come to display the stupidity that she displayed few days or few weeks ago. Listen to this.
At the time that we are dying. As I'm talking to you, I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm walking as if I know.
Everything say is simple truth and nothing but the truth. That's why if you look at the posters today, you're seeing 35, 45, 50. You will be looking at a 5-year-old man. You will be thinking that man is around 60 something or 70 years because of the type of suffering people have been subjected to. This man is telling this lady, I am dying. And the only man that is fighting to make sure that this trauma that this man is undergoing on daily basis, that the trauma stops. You will hear what these nincompoops that people bring their problems to will respond and will want to portray. The only man that is fighting for this thing that this man is complaining about to stop. For you to know that this lady is never here to make anything change on your life. The only thing that she's here is as you're bringing your pathetic story, people will come to hear pathetic stories, and they will align it with the one that they are suffering, and they will say, oh, I'm even better off. That is the work that this lady is doing, and she's enjoying it the way she's doing it. Listen to this. We are ending this program in the next 3 minutes.
I think I'm a lazy man. I'm
working from morning till night and have
nothing to give account.
Nothing. You work from year to year, you have nothing. You can't even
be female-based
listen to
agitator.
what this lady, all these things that people come to her radio station to tell her. The only problem he has is the Biafra agitator. What is the Biafra agitating for? What is he fighting for? To end this type of pathetic story that this man narrated here. That is what Simon Ekpa is fighting for. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is held incommunicado in the DSS dungeon is fighting for. That is what every Biafran, genuine Biafran, is fighting for. But the only thing that concerns this woman is the money he makes, and he's now being famous. He's now a celebrity. Anywhere she goes, oh, that lady that I used to watch on it, that is the only thing that moves her. She didn't know the content of the job that she'd been assigned to do. That hearing people's problems is for you to prefer solution to those problems. You don't go to lab to conduct the lab. Same. If you go to any doctor where you conducted the lab and was unable to interpret the lab result for you, run from the hospital. Go to another hospital. Instead of explaining the problem to them, they compile the issue. So from such doctors and the nurses run. People come to you explaining to you that we are suffering of this. I don't know how my body is doing me, and you're a doctor. Anybody that is in the mainstream media that is broadcasting is behind the mic is like a doctor. But you're working in a different field. Because anybody that takes care of problem, you are a doctor in one form or the other. The doctors takes the problem or takes care of the problem of our sicknesses and the body malfunctioning. But the people that are behind the mic are taking care of the problem of the people generally. Like Simon Ekpa, the bigger doctor that God sent to us, is doing today. But these ones that are doctors, quack doctors and quack nurses that don't know the reason why they have been recruited and employed to do whatever they are called to do, they see it as a money-making machine and the means to make money for themselves and not to speak for the poor masses.
That is why the only thing this in whatever she is doing is Simon Ekpa to be a problem. To solve is how Simon can be stopped, not how this man will stop complaining. She didn't want to stop the reason why this man is complaining. The only problem she wants to solve is Simon Ekpa. How can Simon Ekpa be stopped from preaching the gospel of redemption that is preaching, that is liberating people? How can Simon Ekpa preaching the gospel that is setting people free? How can Simon Ekpa be stopped from preaching the gospel or bringing a everlasting solution to the problem? Because they have been threatened that once a good government sets in, a government that cares about the people, a government that will manage the people, that will treat them like a human being that they are, that their job will end, because nobody will anymore call them to tell them about the pathetic story that they are undergoing, or the suffering that they are going through. That is the threat. They see Simon Ekpa and the Biafra agitators as a threat. The only thing they want is Nigeria to continue, the Nigeria that is full of problems that was created by Britain. They want it to continue so that their business will continue to flow. So the suffering of the people is a business to them. I don't know if people can still hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please send me a text. Diana, if you're there, send me a text. Anyone that is there, please send me a text. Let me know that you can hear me. It is raining heavily where I am. Please, if you can hear me, send me a text. Dear friends, we will be drawing a curtain from here. I don't know if anybody is hearing me. All these people that call themselves human rights activists, this one activist, all those things are scam. They are the major criminals that you should be running for. They are the. Our destination is Biafra. Our destination is, there's nothing else we'll get less than Biafra. May you be safe anywhere you are. And remember this meant by the Prime Minister, that the announcement that came from the death of the Prime Minister, anybody at Ezinifite should take note. There's no recruitment, and do not make yourself a scapegoat to the hand of those that are interested in sending you to your early grave. So much, Biafra. See you. Make sure you share, like, make sure you subscribe, and click on the notification bell that will come up live. We will be notified. Thank you, and do have a lovely day, another day that we will rejoice and be glad in. Be happy wherever you are. Biafra is coming. Biafra is coming. The end of this sorrow and agony and is coming. A passageway to be part of Biafra. Thank you so much. Salute you all from here. Good evening, good night, or good morning. Thank you so much. Bless you all. Genuine Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Thank you. Call it a day from here. The network is, and it is raining. I don't think people are really ready. So see you guys very soon. Maybe after the rain in the night, we will come up again with a different video that will be analyzing to tell you the reason why you will throw your weight on the Prime Minister and the Biafra Republic government in exile. Thank you so much. Do have a lovely time.